The former prince was returned home last night, UK time, after essentially spending his 66th birthday with the police. The allegation against him, the arrest was made on suspicion of misconduct in public office. And while we don't know the details of what the police are looking into, the broad assumption is that this relates to the former prince's time as a UK trade envoy and what appeared to emerge from the Epstein files, that there were confidential documents that he appears to have passed to Jeffrey Epstein. Those were documents that came to him through his role, essentially details of investment opportunities and reports on visits to different parts of the world that he had undertaken. This morning, as things stand, there is a search that is continuing on in the Windsor area at Royal Lodge, which is the property that he lived in for many years and which essentially his brother, the king, forced him to move out of just in the last few weeks, which is why he is currently living on the king's private estate at Sandringham in Norfolk in the east of England. Essentially, this is an ongoing investigation, but there are no charges at the present time.
And Mishal, what does this arrest and the investigation mean for the royal family?
Well, it's worth remembering that the former Prince Andrew has always denied any wrongdoing in association to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, but this does put the royal family into difficult and uncharted territory. However, after news of the arrest came yesterday, they made choices, and you can see that most clearly in the statement that was released in the name of the king himself, which essentially, when it referred to Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, made no reference to him being his own brother, to being part of his family. It said that he learned of these events with the deepest of concern. Some of the crucial lines, I think, was where the king said in that statement, "Let me state clearly, the law must take its course." And also right at the end where he said, "My family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all," essentially separating him and the immediate family from Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. And that, in essence, is part of a distancing that has been continuing for some years now, including during the reign of his mother and Andrew's mother, the late Queen. She was the one, after he gave a disastrous interview to the BBC in 2019, who removed his royal patronages from him, who said he couldn't wear military uniform in public anymore. Nevertheless, when she died, one of the ceremonial occasions was a vigil around her coffin, and Andrew, alongside his three siblings, were part of that. The four of them stood at the four corners of her coffin as the public filed past. I remember commentating on that occasion at the time. So there has been a distancing, but still, where things stand now is at another degree entirely. He does remain eighth in line to the British throne, and even while that is largely symbolic, he's down below Prince William and his children and Prince Harry and his children. Nevertheless, that remains part of his status. So there's an interesting question about whether the UK government, in association with the monarch, takes steps to change that.